Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our officials for this match. Our first referee, Erlindo Eusebio, national referee. The second referee is Ryan Vincent Corpus, national referee. And now the starters. First for the Akari Chargers. Outside spiker from Adamson University, number 2, Trisha Genesis. Center from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 8, Jaja Maraginot. Middle blocker from the Far Eastern University, number 10, Ezra Madrigal. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 14, Fifi Sharma. Opposite hitter from the National University, number 16, Dindin Santiago Manabat. Outside spiker from Ateneo, number 17, Faith Nisperos. Starting libero from Adamson, number 1, Bang Pineda. The head coach for Akari is Jorge Souza de Brito. And now the starters for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Opposite hitter from the University of Santo Tomas, number 9, team captain, E.J. Laure. Center from the National University, number 2, Jasmine Nabor. Middle blocker from UST, number 5, Ailey Hernandez. Outside spiker also from UST, number 8, Ella Laure. Middle blocker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 22, Pauline Gaston. Outside spiker from the University of the East, number 22, number 23, Shaya Adorador. Starting libero from the Far Eastern University, number 25, Buting Duremdes. Head coach for Chery Tiggo is Aaron Velez. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is Akari versus Chery Tiggo. This is the PVL, the heart of
Presenting the
volleyball.
starters for the Akari Chargers, we have Faith Nisperos, Fifi Sharma, Dindin Santiago Manabat, Ezra Madrigal, Jaja Maraginot, Trisha Genesis, and Justin Hazareno. And for Chery Tiggo, we have E.J. Laure, Aimee Hernandez, Ella Laure, Pauline Gaston, Jasmine Nabor, Shaya Adorador, and Buting Duremdes. As we present to you our starters, start a new way to watch the PVL via the Pilipinas Live app for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for 149 pesos. Thank you for joining us, folks, as we come to you live from the Inares Center in Antipolo, Rizal. This is Mix Gomez alongside Ringo and Jaime Ascalon. As we have been talking about, we are featuring a lot of UAAP stars. A couple of them actually are fresh off the league.
That's why it is. You see, really, when you dig deep, when you dive into the different teams, you see both these teams very similar. You know, they both have veterans, Mylene Paat and Dindin Santiago Manabat. Then they all have, you know, a little bit of a couple of years off of UAP. 1 year off of UAP,
Yes.
so very interesting combination.
By the way, as Chery Tiggo was able to score the first point of this match, even though Mylene Paat is out because of a foot injury, as Jaime mentioned, her leadership has been well felt by the crossovers.
She's been assisting in their training.
Here comes E.J. Laure sending that ball across, and she scores again.
Well, E.J. Laure, we talked about her in the pregame, and you know what I love about this player? We've seen her, at least us. I mean,
Yes.
maybe the new fans not so much, but we saw her in USD, and then she stopped, and then she came back in PVL. So it's so nice to see her back in fine form. She's playing really well.
And can you just explain to us how hard it is for you to be back in that form?
Well, you know, the competition is constantly, you know, improving in teams, collegiate teams here in the PVL. So when you stop, you really have to put in the effort. You know, you have to work double time to get yourself in shape, your fitness, and get back into the game.
Right now, Aimee Hernandez scores for Chery Tiggo as it is 3-0. Now we turn you over to Jaime Ascalon.
Migs and Noreen, do you believe that everything happens for a reason? Because for Jasmine Nabor, she had some hesitation, she had some doubts when she heard she was going to be transferring to their sister team in the Photon Tornadoes last conference. But she describes this as a blessing in disguise because fast forward to this conference, in her first 2 games, she has 29 excellent sets. And she said switching teams gave her the confidence she needed, which nawala nga daw niya for quite a while. So continue to watch her when you can download and subscribe the Pilipinas Live app for just 149 pesos. Migs and Noreen?
Thank you, Jaime. Well, Jasmine Nabor was the best player of Chery Tiggo in their previous outing as she was able to activate almost all of her attackers, not only in the starting unit, but off of the bench as well.
And for the Jasmine Nabor fans, you have to remember, she had her struggles, right? She was a starter, and then she would come off the bench, didn't have much, that much playing time. Then now, she's starting again. So, I mean, it's good for her. And it is very important, the confidence of coaches, especially with young players. You need to build on that.
At least on her first conference back with Chery Tiggo, she's really doing well so far for Coach Aaron Velez as EJ Laure serves.
What a serve!
And that is going to be an ace.
EJ Laure.
Right? She has really, made herself so good. Talk about EJ Laure. Serving, hitting, defense.
Well, you talked about her numbers on the defensive side in our pregame. She had 9 digs and 4 excellent receptions in their previous game. That's versus Galleries Tower. As Maraguinot sets up Din. Ball up by EJ. There's her defense.
Yeah.
Nabor to Ea Laure. Ball deflected. Jaja tracks down that ball. Nisperos from the back, and she will score.
That's a smart set by Jaja Maraguinot. Running the back attack as well. So you have to keep your opponents guessing. And this is one good play.
So both points of Akari so far have come from their leading scorer in Faith Nisperos. Remember, she came into this matchup tied with Din with 29 points each for Akari. So definitely now she's their leading scorer. As Nabor takes that setup onto Hernandez.
Well, we've seen this, A lot of the setters have been trying to save these seemingly over passes like this one and turning it into a point.
That's 2 points now in this game for Aimee Hernandez.
Migs, we talked about Nisperos and Ea Laure, right? The matchup. What about Sharma against Aimee Hernandez?
Yes.
That's a good one as well.
We were about to get to that as now Din Santiago Manabat scores for Akari. There really are a ton of matchups to explore in this game. I'm sure later on we can see a face-off, maybe a point that will be determined by a joust at the net.
Yeah, that would be good. But what about Santiago Manabat hitting it down the line?
It's 3 serving 6. Ball received by Buding. Not the best of receives though. So this is a chance ball for Akari. Sharma, Maraguinot. Back to Fifi, and she scores.
She bumped that, she received that, and she gets the set. So I like also the risks actually that Jaja Maraguinot is taking early on in this match.
Well, Fifi Sharma, I'm sure a lot of people would say is not a risk when you go to her.
That's true.
She's been playing well so far for Akari. She was their best player versus F2. Ponggay puts that ball up, and it's still alive.
It is still playable.
Maraguinot to Trisha Genesis. But her attack was long. Oh, it looks like there was a check.
Yeah, I think they call it an Ea Laure because I was looking at Ea Laure. She did not even look back at the referee after the whistle.
So it's now 5 serving 6. Din Santiago Manabat doing the honors. A 2-time MVP in the V-League. Nabor to Ponggay, yes.
That's a great set. That was a bump set by Nabor, and Gaston just using quickness there.
By the way, my apologies to Pauline Gaston.
Yes.
I shouldn't call her Ponggay anymore.
You just got so used to calling her Ponggay, but yeah, she is known now as Pauline.
7 serving 5. That's by Ea Laure. And regalo para kay Shaya.
Overpass. And you know how aggressive these players are at the net. You don't want to give these overpasses.
back to a 3-point advantage for A.L. Laure and company. Again, our technical timeout would only come on the 13th point. Maraguinot tried to go 1-2. Good recovery by Buding. Here's Shaya again on the cross.
That's a quick low set there, and Shaya Ador. You know, for me, I'm looking at that Chery. They're going, or they're opting for lower, quicker sets. You know, they're trying to counter the blocking, obviously, that they recognize in Akari's game. So, yeah, I mean, so far so good. They're ahead by 4.
Kumbaga, inuunahan mo yung net defense ng kalaban. As Dindin tried to score to no avail. PP Sharma gets the battle at the net.
That's a block point for Jasmine.
Boy, what a
Nabor.
stop there by Jasmine Nabor. And it's actually not in her zone. I mean, you know, she's a setter. Look at that. She's in the middle. Right? Presence of mind. That's what when the coach says presence of mind, that's what you should do. No matter where you are, you know you're up to block, you can block.
Well, now there's going to be a challenge. A floor touch challenge as issued by Akari. But again, this gives time for our players to huddle up. They do only have, and correct me if I'm wrong, only 1 timeout per set.
1 timeout, but 2 challenges, and the 2 challenges, the coaches can actually talk to these players and treat it as a short timeout.
Now it's Dindin Santiago Manabat carrying on with her leadership duties, trying to
Do the shimmy.
Is she asking her teammates to relax?
Could be.
You think what the shimmy was for?
You know, if she feels her teammates are pretty tense, I mean, she could, you know, try to help them relax a bit.
Coach Jorge was also giving out some instructions. As soon as he saw the camera, he stopped talking onto that specific player in PV Sharma.
Floor touch, huh?
Floor touch challenge.
Interesting.
Wonder what happened on that previous sequence. By the way, that's a boom mic, not a camera. There's a boom mic on the other end, but Chery Tiggo doesn't seem to be talking a lot.
You know, when you look, now that we're just watching them, look at this starting unit of Akari. Very interesting combination, right? From different eras.
There's no floor touch. So it's a successful challenge.
Challenge is successful for Akari. The point will be replayed.
So the point will be replayed.
I didn't see a ball. Did you see a ball in that challenge?
Well, the point was a block point, right?
Yeah.
So as Jasmine Nabor blocked the ball, it still ended up on the foot of Fifi Sharma. Is that what happened?
Hey, let's look at it one more time here. Block.
Oh, there you go. So the ball was still alive.
Yeah. So it was blocked, but it's playable because it did land on Sharma's shoe.
Yeah.
But then the referee blew the whistle to stop the play.
Yes.
So that's it is a successful challenge.
And so just so everybody knows, any part of your body is legal, right?
Yes, yes.
To try to hit the ball with.
What a slow-mo there. It's your foot being in the right place at the right time.
Good for Fifi Sharma. As we replay that point, it's A.L. Laure who will serve. They're up by 4. Ball received by Nisperos Maraguinot. Goes to Trisha, and Genesis will score.
Hitting it off the blockers, hitting it smart there. Cutting the lead to 3. You know what you like if you're Adamson / Trisha Genesis fan? She has to have get her confidence. We know talent when we see one. We know she has it, but it has to be at a consistent basis.
Jasmine Nabor tried to go 1-2, but she was rejected by Faith Nisperos.
Good read. Yeah, great anticipation. Great read on body language of Jasmine Nabor.
And Jasmine does it a lot, no? The 1-2. She is a very tall setter, relatively speaking, in the landscape of Philippine volleyball.
And she's a southpaw.
Jasmine now goes to Shaya. Shaya hit the net. That's a violation on her. Bit of a risky sequence there, but she's okay.
We hate those collisions on the midline. It's a good thing no one stepped on
Yeah.
the other.
I have to say, the fans also became quiet on that sequence, which I think is a sign of respect or maybe a sign of worry.
Oh, fear.
Now it's Pauline Gaston who scores for Chery Tiggo.
Yeah, pretty balanced scoring on the side of the crossovers. Maintaining a 2-point advantage here.
Serving for Chery Tiggo, Shaya Adorador.
Then serving 8, Shaya approaching the line.
Great serve.
Bit of a scramble there. Pauline Gaston wasn't able to get as much verticality.
Oh, a lucky break for Akari because it was an overpass. But yeah, you're right. It's the timing of Pauline.
Now serving Fifi Sharma.
The lead is down to 1. Fifi Sharma at 6 feet tall. So she is, I assume, relatively tall as well.
Yeah, yeah. Not as tall as Dindin, Santiago Manabat, but pretty tall.
Oh, Pauline Gaston with the answer.
Boy, you know, you really like that they converted her into a middle blocker. You know, not the tallest, obviously, of middle blockers, but she makes up for that in quickness.
And that's a good way to also make up for her previous error. Bit of retribution for Pauline. It's now a 2-point advantage for her and the rest of the white shirts. 11 serving 9. Ball received by Genesis Maraginot to the quick. And that's a point for Ezra Madrigal.
Boy, the middles have been successful on both ends. So it's just testament to the passing. Passing working for both teams.
It's a domino effect, no? You have to pass the ball in order to give the setter have a good time in setting that ball.
Well, a relatively easier time in setting that ball.
Here's EJ Laure, met at the net. Great defense by Akari.
Good stop. Well, we did say in the pregame, at least I did, I think that we're in for a long game because they're evenly matched. And we are not disappointing. 11-all.
11-all, back to square one. Jaja Maraginot will now serve for the Chargers. Straight to EJ Laure. Nabor sends it over to Ea. The dig on the other end was 2 over and it went outside.
Again, similar styles of playing. We did say, and we will keep saying it, as long as we actually observe it. You can see Nabor going to the back as well. So we've been seeing a great ball distribution on the side of both actually Maraginot and Nabor.
12-11. Here's Madrigal from the middle. Couldn't score. EJ Laure.
Oh, good dig.
That's by Justin Hazareno. Here's Dindin. Not much power there. Ea Laure's turn. There's a whistle blown in favor of Chery Tiggo.
Yeah, they call a net touch on Santiago Manabat.
That will send us to our technical timeout and set number 1 to score. Experience a new way to feel the heart of volleyball. Watch every set, spike, dig, and block live in HD and on demand anytime, anywhere, and on any device via Pilipinas Live app. Download and register now. By the way, why don't we take this time to share to everybody your opinion maybe about the Pilipinas Live app, because I've heard from a lot of friends that it is such a convenient way to witness a ton of leagues now in the Philippines, and it's in HD definitely.
And other countries.
And other countries as well, yeah, it's worldwide. For just 149 pesos, imagine that. It's cheaper than your dinner.
Yeah, it is. And then you can watch different sports, right? Even replays, so yeah.
Even volleyball in itself, in the Philippines nowadays, it goes from Tuesday to Sunday.
Yeah.
You only have Monday as our rest day.
Then you have basketball also in other days.
Nice hit by Dindin Santiago Manabat.
Well, you know, for Akari, for me, I know there's a system. You know they want to distribute the ball, but you know, if you're a Santiago Manabat fan, you want to see her.
Oh yeah.
You want to see her with those 20-point outputs that once upon a time we were used to seeing.
Oh, she even gave us a 30-point output. Remember that?
Yeah, she did. She did.
I think that was in Ilocos during that bubble conference. As Maraguinot chases that ball, here's Nisperos from the back. Ball up by Nabor. Duremdes with the chase. EJ Laure tried to score. Ball sent back. Is this the longest rally so far?
So far, still alive.
Ezra pushes. Duremdes going to Ea Laure. And Ea will finally end the rally. As now we listen in to Jaime Escalon.
Migs and Noreen, I heard you guys talking about Trisha Genesis earlier. Well, just a little more about her. You know, she does understand that serves are targeted towards her, which is something that she extremely worked on in the off-season. But her coaching staff plus the veterans always empower her that she is improving. It's just a matter of what Noreen said in finding consistency. Back to the panel.
I actually was trying to buy Noreen more time to try to evaluate if she is still being targeted in this game. But so far, what do you think?
Jaime said it already, so we have to support Jaime.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. At least, you know, Jaime was able to tell us that she's working on it. And she's on her way to being a lot more efficient with her receives.
And nothing to feel bad about. Remember, once upon a time, Eliza Valdez was always targeted in terms of service, right? So, you know, it happens. It's just, again, for every player to work at their craft.
Oh, Buding Duremdes with a tough chase on that ball. Ea Laure straight to Nisperos. Maraguinot going to Trisha Genesis. And she breaks down the wall.
Yes. And we are tied once again.
Just as we expected. 14 all against 2 blockers. That's no problem for Trisha Genesis.
But one thing you can see also in this match so far, both teams are very deliberate, you know, in their plays. No one is pulling away. They're just in step.
I want to see the attack numbers later on, as now it's an error from Aimee Hernandez. That's the first error of Aimee in this game, the second in total for Chery Tiggo off of attacks.
Yeah, you do sense not much error so far, no, in this match.
Only 3 from attacks. And 4 in total. As now it is a service ace courtesy of Ezra Madrigal.
And a reception error.
Oh, there you go. It's now a 2-point advantage for Akari, which is relatively already a good-looking lead for them, no? As now it's a service error for Ezra Madrigal.
As we were saying, not much errors in this match. We just witnessed 3 straight errors on both ends.
Did we say it too early, Noreen?
Probably did. We jinxed them.
It's now 15, serving 16. Aimee Hernandez. That's in, straight to Genesis. As Jaime mentioned, she has been targeted all conference long. Shaya Adorador, great net defense by Akari.
Boy, what a wall there. You have Santiago Manabat and Fifi Sharma. That should get a lot of kill blocks for Akari.
That front line of Fifi, Dindin, and si Trisha yung isa pa dun, no?
Wing, yeah.
But sometimes do we see Faith Nisperos also on that front line?
Yeah.
Is that relatively a tall front line already in the PVL?
So far, yes. Oh, net violation.
It's on Shaya as she approached the net.
You know, Dindin Santiago Manabat's one of the taller players in our country. One of the tallest. Aside from Jaja. So that really brings up the average height of Akari.
Now we have a timeout.
Diba? So halimbawa, pasok na to, either ito or running short, iwan mo na to ngayon. Lamang to. Saya ha, 10% ngayon dito ha. Pag umabot tayo dito yung bola, opposite mo na to. Okay? Taas na natin. Tatlo, isa-isayin natin ha. Huwag muna tayo mag-overthink ha. Tsagayin natin to ha. Chery!
Now, the back and forth at the start of this match featured Chery Tiggo owning the lead. Now it's Akari with a 3-point advantage. So, in your eyes, what changed?
Well, you know, I feel that for Chery, they weren't as consistent as they were when they started the match. I told you, I mentioned early on, very deliberate from both sides. And Akari has just been sticking to their game plan. So, well, they've been looking for someone to score prior to that hit, you know, by Ea Laure. Been quiet in their offense, and that's one thing they have to focus on. They're down, but just by 2.
Ea did score 2 early points in this match. That's her 3rd. Now in set number 1, giving us her signature walk-off as well after scoring.
Yeah. Oh, good serve.
It's Fifi Sharma who attacks.
Fifi Sharma!
Right, when you're looking at Akari right now, nothing has changed. You know, they were toe-to-toe with Chery led by a bit, and then they roared back. And then they're just playing consistent volleyball. Ball distribution is there, so now they have a 3-point lead.
19 serving 16. That's Adorador who was rejected at the net.
I love the shriek of Fifi Sharma after that block.
Substitution for Chery Tiggo, number 23, Adorador out. Number 21,
Jaja Marginot also doing some damage for Akari as Ces Robles checks in for Chery Tiggo. Ces Robles was the best player in their first game against Farm Fresh. She played limited minutes versus Gallery Tower, but in those limited minutes, she was very efficient for Coach Aaron.
For her to get best player.
Yeah. Here's Jasmine Abor onto Ces Robles.
Oh, good save. Oh.
Unfortunately, there was a violation. A double contact violation on Akari. See what happened here.
Yeah. 1, 2, yeah.
Ayun. There's the second touch off of Jaja.
When it does that at the net, like there's a pinball effect, it's like in real time, you don't see how many touches.
Yeah. You just have that instinct to save the ball, no? As now it is a service error from Ces Robles.
Yeah, well, the error is piling up right now. For Chery, at least, you feel the effect more.
Serving for the Chargers, Fifi
That was the first service error for Chery in this game. The others were attack errors. Fifi will now serve.
Well, we did see her dad, her greatest fan, always present at the matches.
Pauline Gaston!
Pauline Gaston has an answer for Chery Tiggo here, trimming the lead down to 3.
18 serving 21.
It's 18 serving 21.
And you know, we also have to mention the first pass or the passing of Akari has been working because the serves of Chery were actually pretty good, but they're just responding.
And would you credit Trisha Genesis for that?
All of them, for that matter, who's receiving. Yes, Genesis.
Oh, what a save by
save.
Hazareno. Here's Nabor onto Aya Laure. He found the hole.
That's a smart set there. Seeing that the blockers were not yet established. Low set again to Aya Laure. Look at this. Oh, this was first the save.
What a tough save. There's the attack. Straight to Aya, who just scored her 4th point. We have a timeout for Coach Jorge.
Like this will not get because she has a good spike. So every time put it, come inside. Just inside, you go to the left, put your hands there. One hand, 2 hands, 1 finger, it's good. But you on the other side, okay? And you know who's gonna do the spikes right now. That's it, okay? That's it. Keep the receive there. If you see the guys coming back, okay? Ready there? Nice receive.
Bit of emergency called by Coach Jorge of the Akari Chargers as their lead has been cut down to 2 points. Well, it's been a close match. Wala namang lumalayo so far. Chery Tiggo did have the lead on the earlier part of the set, but now it's Akari taking control as Pauline Gaston serves. Jaja will set up. Faith Nisperos, who was rejected.
Okay, great respond on the side of Chery there with their defense, because we can see that Akari has been out defending them so far in this first set.
Nice block by Aimee Hernandez. That's her first block point in this game. She's up to 3 total points. Service error from Pauline.
Well, what a time for that to come. It is a crucial part of the first set.
That was their chance to tie the ball game up again. It's now 22 serving 20. Jaja Maraguinot with the honors as Eli Soyud is called upon by Coach Jorge.
Well, you asked about the front row. Look at that, Nisperos. Santiago Manabat.
Ball out on the attack by Chery Tiggo.
Another error on their end.
23 serving 20.
Are they going to challenge?
We have a challenge from Chery Tiggo for ball in, ball out.
Challenge as to whether or not that attack was outside.
Well, while we're waiting, we did talk about tall front lines. And if you look at Akari right now, you did ask. Nisperos, Santiago Manabat, and Madrigal. That is a pretty mean front row.
Even if Elisoya checks in, he's still pretty tall.
Yeah.
As that ball was definitely out. The challenge will be unsuccessful for Coach Aaron Velez.
Well, if you look at the score, I think Coach Aaron used that as a timeout.
Yeah.
Because he already called his timeout.
Is it kind of his attempt to make Jaja Maraguinot cold on this service?
We always say that, but seriously, these players are already like accustomed to the fact that, okay, timeout, I need to serve.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Was she called at all? Not at all.
that was a sharp serve, and it leads onto a block point for Akari.
Everything falling into place for Akari. And again, using this very mean front line.
After trailing by as many as 5 points in the set. Now this is the biggest lead of Akari. 4 set points as well for them. Jaja Maraguinot with the honors.
Another good one.
Straight to EJ. Nabor back sets to the slide. Maraguinot to the opposite. And that could not be saved anymore by Buding Durundes.
Well, wasn't the cleanest of hits, but she'll take it, and she will take the first set for Akari.
What a 10-point swing for the Akari Chargers here in set number 1. As Dindin Santiago Manabat scores the last point. Yeah, her ball even hit the net momentarily there. There you have it. Akari with a 1-set lead so far here in Linares. Your observation so far?
Well, I think for the Akari Chargers as fans, they have to be happy. This is one of the better sets I've seen this team play. You know, they won their first outing. They lost in straight sets to BLDT. But so far, they look like they've recovered from that loss and they're playing consistent in all angles, you know, in all aspects or facets of the game. And I like it that Dintin Santiago Manabat, true to form, we talked about her in the pregame, she's leading the team even in huddles, you know, during the game. So this team is responding. And yes, you said they were down by as much as 5 points, but they came back in that first set.
Dintin Santiago Manabat scored 4 points. That's her 4th point to end set number 1. And Faith Nisperos also had 5 for Akari. The numbers.
Yeah, I mean, look at the attacks. You know, Chery Tiggo, they attacked more, you know, en route to that 5-point lead early on in that first set. But Akari used the different aspects, the blocking, and then good defending. Even minimized or limited their errors to just 4. Chery Tiggo, they piled up the errors when Akari was chasing. Remember, we were saying not much errors. That was about 2-3 each team. But then Chery just piled up the errors and Akari just didn't look back anymore.
And the errors were spread across the players of Chery as well. Balanse sila in that category. In the blocking category, it was Faith Nisperos who led the way with 3 rejections out of her 5 points for the Chargers. Jaja Marginot, you talked about her wonderful setting as well in set number 1.
Well, really good ball distribution and, you know, her decision-making was on point. But let's talk about Chery. That's that for Akari. You should be happy with the way you played the first set. Play on. For Chery, I feel there's a lack of that gusto, you know, wanting to win. We know when they celebrate, when they're enjoying, we know how explosive they can be. But so far, we didn't see that in the first set. So we need their captain right now, EJ Laure, to kind of boost their morale.
Right now, this is a push by Ea Laure. A chance for Akari. Nisperos is sending that ball through. Ea asking for the ball off speed, and it works.
Yeah, that's a smart off speed by Laure. And we see those points here and there, you know, for Chery. But I really feel they need that oomph in their game.
Well, you asked for the leadership of EJ Laure, but how about the fire in the eyes of Ea Laure now in set number 2? I hope you saw it in that previous huddle.
I think that's inborn. She was born with that.
Ea tried to score. Ball dug up, battle at the net. Good defense by Chery Tiggo. Dintin's turn.
Oh, good cover.
Putting Duremde sends it to the other side. EJ Laure was red. Jaja back to Dintin. Good rally.
Long one.
Ea Laure off speed again. Faith was there.
Good save.
Great effort by Hazareno. Longest rally so far. Nabor to the open.
Oh!
Laure was rejected. That is Ezra Madrigal's first block point in this match. As now we turn you over to Jaime Escalon.
Well, Migs and Noreen, you know, it's quite evident that Ea Laure plays better when her ate EJ is around. This has begun since high school when EJ was a best server, Ea Laure was named best setter. Now we fast forward to the PVL where Ea has had extra motivation because EJ is around. Sabi nga niya, siya ang biggest critic and basher. That's what she used, basher. Walang sugarcoating pag nandyan si Ate EJ, which is why she continues to improve on a timely basis. Now continue to watch the sisters in action by downloading the Pilipinas Live app for 149 pesos. Migs and Noreen?
You can just imagine the tough love received by Ea Laure day in and day out. Because she has to be with her sister not only in her personal life, but also in her work life.
That's true. And they have a dad who's an athlete
That's
as well.
right.
So,
even a younger brother.
And a younger brother, can you imagine during meal times?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure everybody is very competitive as that was a tough save by Ces Robles. A chance now for Akari. Maraginot going to Dindin.
Oh!
That attack was wide.
Because that was such a good set by Maraginot, and Santiago Manabat knew it, gigil.
And you saw it in her reaction as well. You knew that you made a mistake. So now it's EJ Laure who will be serving. That ball goes to Justin Hazareno. Back set to Dindin. And an easy point for Ezra. Ooh, was it a violation?
Overreaching.
Point goes to Chery Tiggo.
You know, the players at the net, especially the tall ones, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
You don't want to be over-eager because that seemed like it's not going to cross, but look at that. Because you meddled, you interfered, that is a violation.
I'm not sure if Ezra Madrigal knew it all along, that she was making that violation, because she also didn't react to when she saw the referee call the violation. Esperos attacking from the back. Ea Laure from the opposite side.
Well, she has been the consistent scorer for Chery. And, you know, Amy Hernandez a bit quiet so far today.
Yeah, only 3 points for Amy, but those 3 points came on the early part of set number 1.
And a block at that.
Ea now has 6 points to lead the way for Chery Tiggo. Nice block on the other end. That's Ea Laure again.
She's taking charge for Chery here. But that set was just way too near the net. And you know that when the hitter is running towards the net to keep that ball alive, there's fear also of crossing, touching the net, or, you know, even getting injured.
It's now a 3-point advantage for Chery Tiggo starting this set, much like how they did in set number 1. Ball dug up by Buding Doremdes. Ea Laure again. Jaja was there. Hazareno will go to Dindin for that free ball. Nabor to the quick. And there you go. It's Amy Hernandez.
Finally, she gets a touch there. Talking about Amy Hernandez, and she makes no mistake. What a start here for Chery Tiggo.
Again, as now they lead by 4 points, they led by 5 in set number 1 before losing that opening set by 5 as well. Here's EJ at the service line. Maraginot goes to the open. Now it's a point for Trisha Genesis off of the block.
Yeah. Good hit there by Genesis to stop the onslaught of Chery here in set number 2.
How about Trisha Genesis showing us her receiving skills and her attacking skills? She now has 5 points in this game, tied as the leading scorer of Akari with Faith Nisperos.
Good pass.
Ea Laure again. Good rejection.
Oh, look at that tandem there, Sharma and Santiago Manabat. I told you, that's going to garner a lot of kill block.
Yeah. Then able to give Akari its 4th point in set number 2 as Ezra Madrigal serves, but she stepped on the line.
That was clear.
Not a common error, no, in volleyball.
Yeah. Especially if it's not a jump serve in which you toss it really high. If it's just, you know, pretty much a regular serve, you don't see that a lot.
It's now 7 serving 4. Jaime Hernandez sending that ball straight to Genesis. Back set to Dindin. Ball deflected and kept alive. A chance now for Akari. Maraginot, Nazareno, Dindin again on the approach. And now she scores.
Well, obviously, for Akari, they've been working on that. You know, Hazareno setting to Santiago Manabat. We know Hazareno was a late addition to Akari, but yeah, I mean, it's looking good for Akari.
Jasmine Nabor could not keep that ball alive anymore, unlike how she did it in the previous sequence. Here's Dindin at the service line. 6 points so far for the veteran of Akari. Quick attack by Pauline Redwell. That's Genesis who sends that ball through. Nabor to the open. Cés Robles.
Finally, she gets a clean touch. You know, Princess Robles, she was brought in, I think only got 1 touch, and finally now she gets one. We know from her collegiate days how lethal she can be, and that's going to help the cause of Chery.
A finals MVP herself in Cés Robles.
That's true.
Here's Ea Laure. And that's a service ace for Ea. Finally, she gives us a smile.
Too serious earlier.
Oh, yeah. She was getting a bit too scary for us.
Doing a bit of everything for Chery Tiggo is Ea Laure.
She leads the way with 8 points among all scorers in this match. Maraginot with a quick look. That attack by Sharma was read. Robles could not score as of yet. Maraginot, back row.
Good dig.
Good ding. With that wonderful effort. The other end, a bit of a scramble for Akari. Another chance for Chery. Gaston on the quick. Nice rally again. Dindin.
Dindin Santiago Manabat.
Boy, I'm noticing that Santiago Manabat is getting a lot of sets. A lot of sets. Look at this.
Is it a matter of circumstance or is she asking for it?
I'm sure these players, all these players are asking for it. So it's a matter of, you know, what the setter wants to do at that certain time.
Dindin now has 7 points to lead the way for Akari as that attack sails long for Chery Tiggo.
Well, Chery Tiggo's got to be careful. Remember, when they erected a comfortable lead in set number 1, errors started piling up, and then Akari, you know, they caught up. Right now, that's the same thing. They got to put a stop right now.
Chery Tiggo lost set number 1 by 5 points. They gave up 7 errors in that opening set. Good defense by Bang Pineda. There's the push from behind. Jasmine Nabor to the open.
Boy, look at the way she soared and folded her body just to get that through.
Is it like a common thing if you're a short spiker, relatively speaking, that you know, tend to be more animated when you go up in the air?
They always look good when they go up, like
yeah.
Cici Rondina, right? Even Bang Pineda during her heyday. So, yeah, it's always extra special because of the height thing.
Yeah, and I'm sure the fans will take that as well.
Yeah.
Robles from behind. But that attack sailed long and wide.
Yeah, too flat, you know, no top spin whatsoever.
8 serving 10.
Another attack error. That's the second attack error from Cés Robles in this game. Fifi Sharma now proceeds to serve.
Good 2-point game.
2 points then para kay Fifi so far in set number 2. So here's Fifi. Ball up by Robles. Nabor to the open. There's the push from EJ. Kept alive. 1-2.
Good save.
EJ again.
Oh!
What a cross-court hit.
Boy, it's like she went up with no blockers. at least that's what she showed us. But yeah, we have to credit half that point, obviously, to Buding the Remdes. Look at that. Look at the angle. She just eluded the blocker.
You did ask for her leadership here in set number 2.
They need it. They need it.
EJ has 4 points so far. Maraguinot goes to the open, and that's Faith Nisperos who scores.
Well, that's an advantage that they can actually use. Talking about Akari. When Faith Nisperos at the wing, you're looking at Jasmine Nabor. I'm not saying she's small, but compared to, let's say, an Aimee Hernandez, who are you going to choose? Who are you going to target or challenge?
By the way, that was the first point of Faith Nisperos in this set after scoring 5 in the opener. Now Jaja Maraguinot serves. Straight to EJ. Tough set there by Jasmine. Maraguinot goes to Faith. Bit of a scramble from Chery Tiggo, and that attack was low from Ea.
Yeah, a bit of a mad scramble there in the side of Chery, and resulted into a hitting error.
So now it's down to a 1-point advantage for Chery Tiggo. Chery led by as many as 4 points in set number 2. Let's see if the story in set number 1 can redo itself.
Well, this is a rotation that Akari likes. Look at the full front tall, tall front line.
That's Dindin with Faith and Ezra. Nisperos will attack, and that's in.
Yeah. Well, much to the delight of Coach De Brito.
Yeah, he was pumped up talking to his assistant coaches after that point.
You know, you also have to feel for coaches like Coach De Brito, because of course he's used to the international scene, right? Then he comes with a new team who didn't win. So it's also, he has to be patient as well and trust his own system.
Ooh, nice 1-2 by Jasmine Nabor. Bit of a signature from her. But to your point about Coach Jorge, it really takes time, no? Not just one conference.
Serving for the crossovers.
And I'm sure he also has a lot of practice. Oh, you bring in a Brazilian coach and then they're not, you know, these things, they have to really look past those things.
Ooh, misreceived. The ball went straight to Noreen Go, which means it went outside.
Technical timeout score 13 for Chery Tiggo.
So now we proceed to our technical time.
Tapos kapag yung isa, stop na yun lang.
Folks, watch men's volleyball action this 2023 as the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference sets going every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and Pilipinas Live. That should explain why we mentioned that volleyball action will run Tuesday to Sunday each and every week, with the PVL ongoing Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as well.
And until December.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of volleyball action. 2 months, no? 2 months? About
2 months
or so.
We have 12 teams in the PVL and 24 teams in the Spikers Turf. We had to group them in a couple of pools, no? Because there were so many. Right now, it is Chery Tiggo versus Akari as we get to look at Mylene Paat and Alina Bicar as well. They're in street clothes
Still serving for Chery
at the
Tiggo,
sideline
Jasmine
because of a
Labor.
couple of injuries. Mylene's going through a foot injury while Alina is going through a knee injury. By the way, for those of you who might be wondering, Joymi Cagande and Seth Rodriguez are also going through a couple of knee injuries. That's why they haven't been playing. Here's Faith Nisperos straight to Buding. What a challenge that was.
Yeah, going through the blockers there. Boy, Buding de Remtes has been a target. You know, early on by Manabat, and now, well, through the block.
Not through the block naman. Yeah, because having Buding as a target might not be the best idea.
Normally, you wouldn't target her.
Now, Akari has a chance to tie the ball game up. They trailed by as many as 4 here in set number 2. Strong serve, ball returned. Maraguinot to the open. Genesis.
Oh, good save.
Great effort by Ces Robles. Here's Ea Laure, and she will score.
That's a great hit by Laure, going through 3 blockers at that.
Yeah, Laure now just scored her 5th point in this set alone. There's the save by Ces. And Ea makes it all worth it.
What a save, huh?
Yeah, there's that signature fierce face from Ea Laure. Yeah, barely gotten a smile from her here in the set number 2.
Well, they're down a set, you know, and they're trying to keep this 2-point lead.
Serving for Chery
Chery Tiggo hasn't
EJ
lost in this
Laure.
conference as well.
Lost a set, right?
Lost the set, yeah, that's right. Tough receive there. Here's Dindin Santiago Manabat. Looks like she touched the net across the line. It's a net touch.
Yeah, net touch. That was too near the net. Santiago had to chase.
She even demoed onto her assistant coach on how
15,
she had to stop her
12.
body from going to the net. Here's EJ Laure. 4 points so far for EJ. Only 1 here in set number 2. Sharp serve. Maraguinot back sets to Dindin. 2 blockers were there. Jaja. Pipe attack.
Oh, what a dig.
That's by Jasmine Nabor. To the open.
Oh!
Robles is rejected.
Well, you see how well established the blocking of Akari was in that play. That was a wall.
And remember, blocking in set number 1 was a theme for them.
Yes, they had 5.
There's the tall front line of Akari. Ezra Madrigal actually coming into today's set of games was number 1 in the league in blocks at 8 kill blocks. That's as of 2 games. So
And
still
more-
very, very early.
And for me, Madrigal has improved so much from last conference.
Double
Right?
contact.
Now there's a double contact.
16 serving 13.
Coach Jorge unhappy about it.
Serving for the Crossovers, Amy Hernandez.
And he gave some instructions to Ezra Madrigal. It's now 16 serving 13. Amy Hernandez doing the honors. Genesis targeted once again. Dindin Santiago Manabat will score.
Dindin Santiago
Smart
Manabat.
hitting there by Manabat. Let's recognizing the blockers, acknowledging the hands, going cross court.
There's the approach by Dindin, who just scored her 8th point in this match. 4 of them coming here in the second set. Now Dindin will take a breather as Eli Soyo checks in. The other end, it's Zach Randang who will check in for Coach Aaron Velez. Sub in for Pauline Gaston.
22 Gaston out. Number 16 Zakarandang in.
Remember a couple of conferences back, Zach Randang made her breakout conference.
She was a revelation.
Yeah.
Serving 16, serving for Akari, team captain Michelle Cobb.
It's Michelle Cobb who will now be serving.
What a serve.
Straight to Ces Robles. Ces will attack now. She was ejected. Ball up. Ces again against 2 blockers. Ball returned. Nice read by Zakarandang.
Instant offense by Zakarandang.
Oh, you gotta love that. You have to love these storylines of players who started quietly in the league and then they slowly but surely made their name known.
Yeah. And what I like with what you said, there are players who were good in college but get better
Oh, right.
in the pros. You know, like Carandang was one of them.
How about Tots Carlos?
I was thinking who else to say. I mean, thank you for that.
Molina.
Cesc Molina, Tots Carlos. I think Tots is one of the biggest names coming out of college.
It's now 15-17 in set number 2. Nabor back to Cesc. Cross-court hit. Works for her.
Yeah, targeting the cross. You're right.
That's 3 points now for Cesc Robles. All scored in set number 2.
So you like that substitution by Aaron Velez.
Well, we have talked about Chery Tiggo as a deep team already here in the PVL. Robles with the serve. There's the attack from Faith Nisperos. Ball chased by Nabor. EJ Laure scores off of the block.
Well, for the Chery Tiggo fans, you like what you see right now. They're maintaining a lead. They're keeping Akari at bay.
And because of what they have been doing, now Coach Jorge has just called for time.
The ball will be short and high. The guys will go to the last meter spiking high. Okay? Last meter spiking high. It's okay. Good one. Even from here, go there, spiking there. So the setter is the opposite. Go there. Okay? That's it. Okay, pass, you can use anyone. Okay? Spiker there, 2 inches.
Hey, Akari Chargers!
I heard that last statement from Mitch Cope, wag tayong sasabay sa kanila. Now that brings me back to what you said early in this game, that you see a lot of similarities between these two squads. Are you seeing that similarity again so far, or are you seeing more differences?
Well, it's different if you put in different players. I mean, if you base it like on the first set or the second set. But the similarities pretty much the same. It's just obviously Chery, you know, we're so used to Mylene Paat being there now because of the injury. They're left with the young guns to carry the team. But yeah, it's pretty similar still. And one thing for Akari, this has been plaguing them, is the consistency. We saw a great first set, and we said, just play that way. Here in the second set, you can see their game kind of dipped a bit, and then Chery Tiggo is taking advantage of that.
It's now a 5-point advantage for Chery, their biggest in this set, tying their biggest lead as well in set number 1. Ball received by Hazareno. Tough receive though. Ooh, Soyuz's return was low.
Yeah. She saw it. She saw it as an opportunity. It's just implementation.
Jorge just called upon Dindin, Santiago Manabat, and Jaja Maraginot.
Re-entering the game for Akari, number
The double
16,
sub to
Dindin
re-enter.
Santiago Manabat. And number 8, Jaja Maraginot.
Dindin Santiago Manabat is tied as the leading scorer of Akari alongside Faith Nisperos. 21 serving 15. Here's Cesc Robles. Straight to Genesis. What a serve again.
What can we say about the service of Chery Tiggo in this match? They've been serving really well. Really tough, really well.
Wasn't she a best server as well in the UAAP? Cesc Robles? Well, one thing's for sure, she serves well.
Serves well, and you did say that she was a former finals MVP.
Yeah.
So she has that in her arsenal.
Robles again.
Oh.
Regalo yun para kay EJ Laure.
Boy, the serves working wonders right now for Chery.
And yes, we just got confirmation that yes, Cesc Robles was a former best server in the UAAP.
23 serving 15.
She's back at it again. An 8-point advantage. The largest featured in this matchup so far.
Well, the difference also in the first set is Chery has been serving well, but the passing of Akari was better in set number 1.
That wasn't the best of passes in the previous sequence for Akari, but it still worked for them.
They'll take it. Stops the bleeding.
By the way, Janine Marciano has made her way onto the court now.
Serving
for
for
the
Akari,
Chargers.
Fifi Sharma.
Here's Fifi Sharma in front of her dad.
Well, obviously they brought in Janine Marciano to calm, the calming of nerves for the younger players.
Service straight to Buding Duremdes. Nabor opens up onto EJ Laure. That's a point for Akari.
Going cross again. We can see Chery has been targeting the cross. And why not? But this time, it sailed wide.
So the lead has been trimmed to 6 points. Back-to-back points for Akari after that 6-0 run by Chery Tiggo. Sharma again, taking her time. This time it's EJ on the receive. There's the slide by Zakarandang. She seems to be a crowd favorite.
Yeah. I mean, I think the fans love her demeanor. Love just the way she is. Very bubbly, very happy.
I want to know where she's from. She might be from Antipolo for all we know, as Faith Nisperos answers back.
Well, for Akari, you're hoping that's not a little too late in the second set, because you are facing a lot of set
Serving
points.
for the Chargers,
It's 18 serving 24. Here's Jaja Marginot with the honors. A lot to climb, but still very much possible, as we have seen in the history of Philippine volleyball. Ball received by Robles. They go to Ea, and Ea Laure will end set number 2.
Well, it's a different Chery Tiggo squad in the second set. We did say they're evenly matched. That's why for one set all.
Yeah, this will be the first extended match for today here in the Inares Center. All the way up on the mountain of Antipolo, Rizal. Ea Laure with a rare smile for us in set number 2. We're back. folks, new streaming experiences also await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos. And so, with the arrival of Ces Robles in set number 2, the re-emergence of Ea Laure, what impressed you the most from Chery Tiggo in that set?
I like the fight in Chery Tiggo. I mean, we asked them for that. You know, after they lost the first set, where is that? Where is the fight? And we saw it. You did mention it was actually Ea Laure who started it all. You know, she fought hard, and that fire in her eyes was, you know, it was spread to everyone. Let's look at some numbers in terms of attacks. Again, Chery Tiggo 15-10, blocking still Akari 3-1. Opponents' errors, Chery minimized their errors, now less by 2, and Akari just increased their errors. And we talked about the serves of Chery. They've been serving well. Consistent serves so far in this match. For Akari in set number 1, they were able to pass better. Second set was a problem for them. So here in the third set, you know what you're going to work on. If you're Akari, it's your first pass. Chery, I think really they have to take the lead from the Laure sisters right now, because the Laure sisters have been carrying this team on their shoulders, and they tie this match at 1 set apiece.
Well, Ea and EJ combined for 17 points for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. To your point about aces, we got 1 each from Ces Robles, Ea Laure, and Jasmine Nabor in set number 2 in terms of those service aces. Let's see if Akari can play better defense against those services. We talked about Jaime reporting about Genesis being the recipient of those services in set number 2. Was it, you know, the same rate for her in terms of her receptions in set number 2 as compared to set number 1?
I wouldn't say that Trisha Genesis received bad. No, I mean, she was consistent. I mean, you have to give it to her being a target for so many games. But what I feel for Akari, what was missing in set number 2 is really that energy we saw in set number 1. You have to maintain the same energy if you want to win a match, because a match, obviously, we always hear it, doesn't end in 1 set, doesn't end in 2. You have to finish the match. And you have to maintain that same level of intensity and energy throughout the match. And that's gonna, you know, spell the difference in today's match.
At least we have that first game of Akari in this conference versus F2 that we can hold on to. The fact that they were able to win in 5 sets versus a veteran team in the PVL. Let's see, though, if they can duplicate that performance against Chery Tiggo, as there is an attack error coming from the white shirts.
Well, that aspect of their game has been struggling.
And about our leading scorers, we did ask the people in our pregame who they think would lead the game in scoring between Ea Laure and Faith Nisperos.
And we did talk about that matchup to watch out for. They are not disappointing.
It's only a 1-point difference between those two players. Nabor sets up Ea, who scores again.
Okay, fine. That's her 11th point. We just saw 10, 11.
And again, it's that signature look from Ea.
Yeah, but you feel for Nabor, because Nabor wants to get Jaime Hernandez going in this match. You know? But we can feel the struggle. But, you know, they have to still encourage Hernandez. They need her.
That's what they tried to do in the first point that ended up with an error, as now there's a violation, a double touch call on Chery Tiggo. Jaime Hernandez has 4 points so far. The first 3 coming in the first set, and the 4th point in the second set.
Serving for Akari, Faith Nisperos.
Well, you know, she's more than that. You know, she's worth more than 3 points in a match. So, yeah, I mean, it's good for them to encourage her to bring out her game.
Here's Faith Nisperos. Her service is long. As now we go long to Jaime Escalon.
Migs in the ring, you know, Coach Jorge, he's been entrusting his new rookie libero in Justine Hazarena for a position here in the team. Now, I spoke to Justine earlier in today's game, and she said she prepared for the season in 2 ways. Number one, she got a LASIK surgery, which allowed her to have 20/20 vision. Sabi nga niya, she feels like a new girl playing with new set of fresh eyes. Number two was to ask Bang Pineda questions every practice to prepare for the spikers who she feels like are more intelligent here in the Pro League. Now, we can watch Justine's journey here in the Pilipinas Live app for as low as 149 pesos a month. Migs in the ring?
That's a nice report. I want to comment first on the fact that Hazareno basically has an ultimate veteran in Bang Pineda to try to teach her a couple of skills and maybe some reads in volleyball as Ea Laure scores for Chery Tiggo. But at the same time, ngayon ko lang na-realize yung beauty ng 2020 vision. Not only for the seniors, no?
Can you relate? I can't, eh.
I can't as well, but imagine that, no? If you're young, you're playing volleyball, and if your eyes are not normal, pwede rin palang ganun solusyon, no? For everything to be a lot better for you.
LASIK.
And now it's a service ace for Aimee Hernandez. That begs me to ask, Noreen.
Yeah.
If you do not have 20/20 vision in volleyball,
yeah,
do you tend to wear goggles or contacts lang?
Contact.
Contacts lang talaga. And how does
goggles? Kareem Abdul.
Yeah, well, in other sports we have goggles. That's why I had to ask you.
Some players actually do. I actually know of a player who played in UP years ago, Joy Reyes.
Okay.
There are people who do, but through the years, I know it's contact lenses. Yeah.
Do you have any idea if contact lenses are uncomfortable?
I've never tried to wear contacts, but people just get used to it.
Okay.
You know?
Well, thank you
Like
for
a knee
indulging me.
brace.
Let's move on as Ea Laure attacks. Ball up by Maraguinot. And here's Dindin Santiago Manabat. Great effort by Chery Tiggo. There's the attack from the open. That defense was there, but it is a point for Chery Tiggo.
They're going to challenge that. In real time, it looked like it didn't go over. But again, we've watched so many challenges that when it's near the tape, chances are the ball's going to roll and hit the hand, a blocker's hand or arm.
Now, Dindin was really convinced that there was no hit and no touch from the Akari side. So we'll find out in a bit. Let's see. There you go.
Chances are it's gonna roll and hit an arm.
Well, it didn't hit Dindin. It hit Ezra Madrigal.
Dindin was correct. I didn't touch it.
Yeah.
She did. No, but you see the evolution of the game. Before, that's an automatic, not over, right? 4 touches, not over. But now, because of the challenges, you see that years back, it was actually a good ball. It was a check ball.
It's 5-2 as Genesis attacks. Ball up by Aimee Hernandez. Here's Ea. Genesis again. Try to go cross. There was a check.
Well, Akari needed that. You know what? You know, after Chery winning the second set, you don't want them to build on that momentum or that run from the second set.
It's 3 serving 5 now. Ezra Madrigal with 5 points to her name. Nabor to the open. There's Cesc Robles. Ball up by Akari. Set up by Ezra. Chance now for the white shirts. Nabor looks and sets to the slide. And there's the crowd favorite, Zakarandang.
You have to give it to Nabor also. What a set, a back set for Zakarandang. You see the cross? Look at Laure and Za. You see that cross? So only one blocker, a one-on-one for Karandang.
A bit of deception made as well by Ea Laure. By the way, Zakarandang is not from Antipolo. She's from Batangas. But we're still very happy to have a couple of supporters for her in this venue. 6 serving 3 now.
Also because, you know, when she was in FEU, yeah, I mean, people know her, but she played a lot better in the PVL.
Ea Laure, great elevation there. Ball dug up. Ea now with the dig. Cesc Robles' turn. 2 blockers were there for Akari.
Again, if Akari can use their blocking to their advantage, especially if you have Santiago Manabat in front, Sharma, Nisperos, that's going to help their cause.
That's a block point for Dindin Santiago Manabat. That's her first point, by the way, in the set. And her 3rd block point in total as there's a miss received by EJ Laure.
Well, that's a great serve by Santiago Manabat. It's just tipped.
Back-to-back points for Dindin. And the lead has been trimmed down to 1. It's been a relatively closer set so far. Biggest lead was 3. Here's Maraginot onto Erica Raagas on her first attack. Cesc Robles tipping it over. Jaja looks and sets. Pipe attack. Kept alive by Ea. Nabor. Pipe on the other end. Good net defense. Buding Duremdes going to Zach Randang. And that's wide.
Were you looking at Buding Duremdes? I was looking at her and I love her reaction because she called out Zach Randang. Bob said that Randang hit it out. She said something and scratched her head.
Well, that's Buding Duremdes for you.
I mean, she'll get away with it. I'm She's not scared to say what she feels.
6-all. You can still hear Buding shouting. As now Cesc Robles scores. I'm sure that is one of the things that makes her effective. You don't see Buding. The level of communication.
I'm still laughing, just remembering her. She's so funny.
7 serving 6 now. Cesc Robles with the honors. Straight to Faith Nisperos. Here's Erica Raagas. Ball deflected. Saved by Buding. Battle at the net. And it's won by Erica.
And don't look now. It's a tied game. At least, you know, we have better rallies here. Although it looked like Chery had a bit of, you know, the upper hand to start set number 3. Now we are even. Well, we did say we're in for a long one.
Yes.
It's going to be a great game.
But Chery tends to really start stronger, no?
Yeah.
Here's Erica Raagas. With the help of the net, almost got an ace. There's Zach Randang. Randang again. Ooh, bit of a back and forth there. Net touch.
Persistence is key.
8 serving 7.
You think it basically got Fifi off guard?
Yeah. I mean, she didn't get the kill the first time. Second time.
Was it just the hair that touched the net? But that is still technically a part of your body.
Oh, yeah.
Now the attack sails wide for Faith Nisperos.
Yeah, you see, that's one thing you don't want to do. Because for Faith Nisperos, you haven't been blocked. You know, you tend to overthink if you get blocked a lot of times. This one is, you haven't really gotten blocked. So just go for the real estate the opponent has scored.
And there's the point. The real estate from PP Sharma on the next sequence.
Serving 9.
I love the
Now serving
energy of Sharma. When she gets a block, she shrieks. When she gets an attack point, you know, the way she celebrates.
I'm sure that's what you looked for from them in set number 2.
That's true. The energy.
Nabor tried to go 1-2. Ball kept alive by Akari. Here's Dindin from the back.
Dindin Santiago Manabat.
Now they're feeling it. Do you see what I'm saying? The energy of Akari right now here in the 3rd set. It's so different from the 2nd set.
That's why the story is so different as well. We're tied at 9 in set 3. Back to square 1 again.
So the challenge right now is for Chery to counter that. I think one person that they really need to get involved is Amy Hernandez.
There you go, right on cue. Ball kept alive by Akari. Here's Dindin from the back. That's an overdig. Battle at the net, pushed by Amy. Here's Jaja to Faith.
Oh, what a dig.
Great core defense by Cés Robles. Ball deflected. Scramble. And a whistle blown against Akari. A double touch.
That was a good rally, though.
We did mention we have been seeing longer rallies. Better back and forth.
Serving for Chery Tiggo, Jasmine Nabor.
And the way these players are playing, like Faith Esperos, Ea Laure, you wouldn't have thought that they were rookies.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I remember last conference, the topic was Ea being one of the most ready players coming off of college. As Faith Esperos shows us why she's ready for the PVL as well.
That's another one right there. Faith Esperos.
Boy, she's the bluest of blue chip recruits, no? Itong si Faith.
Yeah, and you know, for me, honestly, she would have loved to do more when she was in Ateneo. So now is her time to like shine, you know? I mean, make a name for herself, really. Oh,
and with a rising, yeah, right on cue. And with a rising program in the Akari Chargers as well, they basically got franchise players, no?
yeah. But you can, you know, all teams can, but it's also a matter of how you train them, how you make them good, or you make them better when they're with your organization. And that's what Akari wants to do with Faith, like Chery with Ea.
Yeah. It's now 11 serving 10. Jaja Maraginot and company with the advantage in set 3. The ball sets up EJ off of the receive. Great effort by Pang Pineda. Here's Dindin on the cross.
They like this rotation. We were saying that in the first set, the second set. When Maraginot is serving, they like this rotation.
See what happened here. Dindin finding an opening. Nabor wasn't there. He wasn't even near the ball. Same goes for EJ Laure. 12 serving 10. Jaja to increase the lead. Nabor opens up. Great net defense.
A great stop there for Akari.
This is their biggest lead now in set number 3 as we approach the technical timeout. Let's talk about blocks here in this game. Akari dominated that category in set number 1, and they seem to be coming alive again in that category here in set 3.
Wow. Whoa.
That's a total in this game.
11 to 2. 11 for Akari, 2 for Chery. But, you know, if you're a team with taller players, let's not say average because of the liberos' height, you know, sometimes the average is not justify the actual average. But if you have, like, again, Madrigal, Esperos, Manap, we did mention them during the match. You want to have those skill blocks, you know, a lot of those blocks.
You know what's crazy to me is the fact that they entered this game or this day with the 2 best blockers in the league, with Ezra Madrigal and Fifi Sharma. But their top blockers now are Dindin Santiago Manabat and Faith Nisperos. Those are your, basically, the members of your tall front line. Now it's a service error from Akari. Been a lot of up and down here in set 3.
11 serving 13.
Well, it's interesting that they put in Jai Atienza about Chery. We want to see how this will unfold for Coach De Brito. Because you need to, you know, because of blockings working for Akari, you need to come up with some plays, try to change things up.
Well, Jai did play 2 sets in the previous outing versus Gallery's Tower. As a service error, this came in from the side of Coach Aaron Velez. We go back with Faith Nisperos. Akari is up by 3. That matches their biggest lead so far here in this set. Their biggest in this match was 5 points, which was the difference in set number 1. That's the 3rd straight service error.
Well, a missed hit there we saw.
12 serving 14.
3 service errors now for Faith Nisperos in this game.
Jai Atienza.
Let's see what Jai can do. Down by 2. And that goes in. Jaja looked and set. And that's a point for Dindin.
Well, that's a clear advantage. On the side of Akari, you have Manabat against Robles there. A one-on-one. What a set. Look at that. A one-on-one.
Cez Robles tried her best. She jumped really high.
Yeah, you saw her arm over the net.
But Dindin was just too tall and too skillful. Now Santiago Manabat is up to 14 points in this game. Nabor, Tuza. The other end, Dindin again.
Dindin Santiago Manabat.
She is a woman on a mission here in set number 3.
16 serving 12.
Let's see her total. She had 8 points after the first 2 sets. She has 7 in this set alone. Boy. We have a timeout, 16 to 12.
Mas matangkad naman yan. Okay? Isa-isayin natin ulit. Ngayon, kailangan maglagay ka rito. Pero kailangan magsimula yan sa masipag na pasa. Kasi nandito na lahat ng block. Kailangan lumalaw tayo. Go, go! Go! Chery!
Now let's see if Chery Tiggo can pull off a comeback here in set number 3. The back and forth has continued. Is it safe to say that you literally do not know what to expect in this match anymore?
Yep. It's like whose energy level is higher than the other.
Yeah.
Is the one that's going to prevail so far. Obviously, in the 3rd set, it is Akari.
And it swings fast, no?
Pendulum swing.
Here's Ezra Madrigal. Ball received by Zacarandang. Robles on the combination. Read well by Akari. Dindin again. EJ was there. Nabor chases.
Still alive.
Free ball given up. Nisperos, Maraginot to Sharma, and Fifi will score.
And look at again the celebration of Sharma there.
It's very animated at that, much like what she did in their first game versus F2, much like her head coach as well. Nakakatuwa naman. Pati si Coach Jorge ganun mag-celebrate.
Well, obviously for this new team, relatively new squad in Akari, it's a journey for them, coach included, and coaching staff.
Wow, what an answer though by Zacarandang.
She should look at Buding Duremdes right now and point. Got the point.
Where's Buding?
She's in the bench.
Right now, Jen Yerba is on the floor. Yerba did also come off the bench versus Gallery's Tower, beginning in set number 2. Back set to Dindin. Great tip. Ball recovered. Yerba sends it through. A chance for Akari. There's a set to the other end, and it is Erica Raagas who scores.
We can't say enough about the setting of Maraguinot. I mean, that was a shoot set. Look at that. Blockers were late to close. And Nabor was left manning that net on her own.
That's excellent set number 10 for Jaja Maraguinot. As now, it's great to see Joymi Cagande on the floor. This is her first appearance in this matchup. We did mention she is nursing a minor knee injury. Dindin serving. Joymi will set up Zakarandang.
It's an offense being provided by Cagande there.
How about the second unit of Coach Aaron Velez? You have Jen Yerba with all of her chemistry in the world with Joymi Cagande. You have Ces Robles also coming off the bench. An NU core basically now being joined by Shaya Adorador.
An NU back row.
Yeah, right. Ball up by Zakarandang. Ces Robles to EJ Laure. The chase for Faith. Ball up.
Chance.
And there's the combination play for Shaya Adorador. She gets the hug from Zakarandang.
Well, it's a different 6, you did say. But what about Cagande? Look at this. Look at the way she had a little hop to try to fool the blockers of Akari.
You know, Jen Yerba actually approached that high ball with a smile. It looks like they really had it in the bag, that point. 15 to 18. Great rejection. Chase here. Hazareno could not send it through anymore.
Good effort though by Hazareno.
And Chery Tiggo has trimmed the lead down to 2 points.
Okay. See? You guys here. We have 5 and back row. Nobody there. 8. Not this one. It's this one. Okay? The receive is good. The receive is good. It's big, strong. The ball is far. Put there. 3 guys. Good block there. You don't need to score. You score if it's good. Okay? Just land for the center there. Come on. This receive is okay for us. The serve good there.
Akari Chargers!
The pendulum continues here in set number 3. Akari led by as many as 5 points. But it has been the second unit of Chery Tiggo and has been very effective recently.
What do you call that ride in amusement parks? The boat that goes...
Anchors away?
Anchors away.
Anchors away!
Because people might get sick of pendulum. Oh, let's do anchors away.
Oh, the anchors away ride has been continuing here in set number 3. Now it's an error from Erica Raagas, which means the lead has been trimmed down to 1 as Elisoyo checks in alongside Mitch Cobb, the double sub for Coach Jorge.
Well, they're still ahead by 1. Talking about Akari, you just need a couple of stops right now because obviously Chery is running. Oh.
Ooh, a service error. Ironic at that for Ces Robles.
19. That was a painful error because aside from the fact that they're the ones chasing, I mean, Robles has been just spectacular here in this match so far.
And her services started in set number 2, no? Where they won the aces category.
Good save.
Mitch Cobb set up Fifi Sharma. What a save by Cagande. And here comes Faith Nisperos. She was blocked. Oh. And that's a point for the white shirts.
You don't... I mean, in this match, at least, you don't see a lot of blocks. You said it by Chery. And look at that. It's the tandem of Ador and Karandang.
Yes.
Ador. Practicing that. I get slack when I call her out. Ador. See?
I'm happy that you have adjusted already.
I try.
Atienza goes to EJ Laure. Sereno was there. Mitch Cobb to the open.
Oh.
That's another rejection.
Oh, still alive.
Great effort by Akari. Cagande Back to EJ. That's a point for EJ Laure.
Oh, but what effort though being put in by Akari to keep that ball alive. But yes, they are back. Talking about Chery Tiggo, we are tied. They were down by what, 5?
Let me check that. Yes, that's right.
5 points?
5 was the biggest deficit for EJ Laure and company.
I think in all sets it's 5, no? The biggest lead.
No, in set 2, natambakan eh. Ang Tiggo sa dulo. Ang Akari as now anchors away, folks.
Anchors away.
Chery Tiggo grabs the lead, 20-19.
Re-entries for Akari. Re-entering the game, number 8, Jaja
Short
Maraginot,
breather
number 16,
for Maraginot and Manabat.
The lead now goes to the Crossovers, 20-19.
We have witnessed 7 deadlocks and 3 lead changes here in set number 3. It's been that tight.
It's been that kind of game.
But then again, what did we expect, folks?
Yeah.
Nazareno on the receive. And here comes Faith Nisperos, who will score.
8th deadlock.
20 all.
That's right. 20 all, back to square one. One set of piece as well. The volleyball gods telling us, hold your dinner plans. Mamaya-maya na yan. Here's Fifi Sharma.
Well, look at this front row of Chery. You want to take advantage because Maraginot is in front.
Cagande will go to EJ Laure. Attack. Slow, a miss hit there. She knew it.
Now, I was about to say that you want to target or challenge the smallest blocker of the 3 in front, which is Maraginot. So you're expecting her to go down the line. But she opted to go cross still, and that clipped the net.
1 point lead for Akari. Ball received by Nierva. Atienza's attack now is low. Back-to-back miss hits for Chery Tiggo.
Well, these are painful errors.
Aimee Hernandez was about to check in, but then she was sent back by Coach Aaron. So we go back with Fifi Sharma. The lead is 2 points for Akari.
Well, she has been serving well.
And remember, she was the one who ended that match versus F2 with a service ace. EJ Laure for retribution. She scores.
Well, the block changed the direction or the trajectory of that ball. Sharma could not handle that.
Double sub, checking in. Jasmine Abor and Ea Laure for Chery Tiggo. Ea is the leading scorer of the white shirts with 12 points so far. It's Jasmine Abor.
Serving for the Crossovers,
Will be serving. Abor coming into this game has tallied 4 service aces in their first 2 matches.
Oh,
Misreceived there, but Jaja Maraginot was able to make something out of nothing.
that's a smart dump by Maraginot. Just as she was going to the back row to serve, I'll get a point first.
And she had a smile as she approached that ball.
That's a huge point. No, 23-21.
Oh, Jaja.
Yeah, sorry. I feel like the rate things are going, who wins the third set will win in 4.
Really?
I feel.
All right, that's a...
But then,
a big
anchors away.
What a big claim from Noreen Go. After we were just talking about how unpredictable this match has been. EJ Laure, tough save there. It's now 23, serving 22. Looks like EJ heard Noreen. She said...
They want to win the third set.
Yeah. It just basically narrowed down the goals of the teams.
No, but I'm just saying, but you know, again, the way things are going, that's why we were joking or we were kidding about pendulum and anchors away. Who really has the upper hand in terms of energy?
23-22. Din from the open. What a tough
Oh!
defensive sequence by Chery Tiggo. A chance now for Akari. Jaja looks back to Din.
She means business, really. I love that set to her. She felt it. You know, and you knew she wanted it. Talking about Manabat. Look at this.
Ooh.
Huh? The whips.
And the blockers were nowhere near rejecting that ball. How about the celebration as well? With all the ferocity in the world, they did
Yeah,
it.
ferocity, yeah.
24-22, 2 set points. Nabor to Ces Robles. And there is the net defense once again for the Akari Chargers.
The Chargers take set number 3.
There you have it, folks. Anchors away.
Anchors away.
Sets 1 and 3 to Akari. Set 2 to Chery Tiggo. But you had that bold claim.
Let's see.
Whoever won the third set will get this in 4 sets. Let's see if Chery Tiggo has something to say about that. It's now 2 sets to 1 in favor of the Akari Chargers against the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. To see the differences, 25 to 20, 18 to 25, and 25 to 22. We saw a much closer third set with 8 deadlocks and 4 lead changes. And so, how did Akari win that set number 3?
But before anything, I don't know about you, but I enjoyed that last part of the third set.
Oh, me too.
You know, the rallies, the action. You see both teams already having their own substitutions, maybe fatigue also setting in, or you just want to change things up. The coaches are trying to change things up, obviously. And it favored Akari, and what I like is that very short rest to Manabat. Right? She sat for a very short period of time, but as soon as she got in, she was all business. And she, you know, really like put an exclamation point in set number 3. Let's look at some numbers. Akari, this time, ahead in terms of attacks, 13 to 11. Blocking, we mentioned, you kept saying in set number 3, they're blocking better. 4 to 3. Was not bad for Chery.
Yeah.
3 blocks, aces and errors, the same. But it was the attacks towards the end. You saw Santiago Manabat really just wanting to end it and wanting to win set number 3. So we're gonna see if my bold claim will be true.
Your bold claim that counters the anchors away logic entirely.
Yeah, because if the anchors away, we're going 5 sets.
Yeah, 5 sets tayo.
We wouldn't mind. I mean,
Oh yeah.
good game.
Din Santiago Manabat, as you mentioned, had some good rest in set number 3.
Right, sometimes that short rest made a lot of difference. But again, Chery, there's really one person that's missing in the equation, and it's Amy Hernandez. You know, she needs to make her presence felt, you know, be more dominant in the middle, right?
To your point, Amy did score 3 points in the opening set, but only 1 point each in sets 2 and 3. I'm actually curious as to how Aaron Velez will continue to shuffle his players here in this set, because he has a couple of bench players in Jen Yerva and Ces Robles now joining their starters as Din scores again.
I think she's going to go for 20.
So she's now the leading scorer in this game. Definitely on pace to reach 20.
17 already, I can see.
Yeah, the second leading scorer is Ea Laure, who's tied with Faith Nisperos with 12 points each in this game. And they're being followed by EJ Laure's 11. Here's the slide attack by Aimee, read well by Akari. Ea Laure on the other end. Not the best angle there for Fifi Sharma to have recovered. So Aya now scores her 13th point.
Serving for Chery Tiggo, EJ Laure.
Does it bring you back to UAP? You have Hernandez, Laure, Robles.
Oh yeah.
In
And
one team.
it's cores, no? You have cores from this university and that university joining forces. Nabor, the combination. That's a rare sighting in this game.
It is, and they should go more to that. You know, again, Princess Robles coming off the bench, she's been playing huge for Chery. And what you like is in both ends of the floor. She's been defending, you know, receiving well, and hitting well.
Here's EJ. Chery Tiggo with the lead now, 2-1. Din. Great defense by Aya Laure.
Yeah.
Cés Robles, nice approach.
Boy, and she broke that. You know, that was Sharma, Manabat, even Raagas was there, and she was just unfazed by the blockers. Look at that.
It's 8 points now in this game for Cés Robles. What did you mention? Speed?
Yeah. Quick hit.
3-1. The trend continues in terms of Chery Tiggo starting stronger in each set. Erica Raagas now has an answer for Akari.
And for Akari, like that Coach De Brito is keeping her Agas in. I mean, you want to get her going because we know she also is a vocal leader for the Chargers.
That's 4 points now in this game for Erica Raagas.
Quiet points though.
And she started creating those points since set number 3, as now it's an off-speed hit. Bit of a tip from Cés Robles. And now we tip things over to Jaime Escalon.
Migs and Noreen, you know, one thing Coach Aaron Velez told me before this game is that they prepared heavily for Akari's blocking, which has impressed him most this season. Now, it hasn't stopped there because every timeout since the second, or the technical timeout of the third set, he has continued to find strategies for the blockers of Akari. Now, during the last break, Coach Aaron Velez turns to Jasmine Nabor, looks her straight in the eye and says, more quick attacks, more combination plays. Now, you can download and subscribe the Pilipinas Live app for just 149 pesos to watch action such as these. Migs and Noreen?
So that explains the difference of attacks that we have been seeing from Cés Robles and company.
And on cue, Cés Robles.
That's 4 points now in this set for Cés. After scoring 6 in the first 3 sets, as you get to see Mylene Paat, Mama P.
Yeah. But you have to credit also the defense of EJ Laure. She kept that ball alive with one hand.
5 serving 2. Straight to Erica Raagas. Jaja to the back. There's the defense by Nabor. Aya will push. A chance ball. Raagas again. That is long.
Another good start for Chery here. And what I said is in jeopardy, but to everyone's delight.
But then again, in each set, this has happened.
Yeah.
Chery Tiggo starts strong, and Akari somehow, some way, finds a way back. Even in set number 2, which they lost by 8 points, they were still able to pull up a comeback at the middle part. Tough sequence here for Chery Tiggo. Aya Laure attacks, ball deflected. That's Din from the back.
Defense by Chery.
Cés Robles, nice approach again. Unfortunately, her attack sailed wide. Are they gonna challenge this? The coaches of Chery were ready to challenge, but the player said, wag na, wag na.
I like Aya Laure was saying, wag mo challenge, wag mo challenge.
At least there's the honesty from the players. That doesn't happen often, no?
You know what I enjoy about the challenges? You see that the players and the coaches enjoy the challenges as well.
Service ace, Erica Raagas.
That was service ace, courtesy of Erica Raagas. 5 points now for Erica.
Here they come again.
We're serving 6.
The pattern has continued. Raagas approaching the line. She just scored her first service ace in this match. Now the ball received by Robles. There's the running attack.
Good save.
Chance ball. Up high to the heavens. Nabor. Open. Ball deflected. Bang was there. They set up Nisperos.
Oh.
That's a point for Faith.
Boy, defense on both sides really working well. Huh? That's why the rallies are getting nicer and longer because of good defense.
It's now 6-5. Akari down by 1 in set number 4. Eric Araagas back at it. Straight to EJ. Nabor looks and sets to Ea Laure. She was rejected. And here comes Akari. Slide on the other end. That meets the corner. Or sorry, it was outside for Fifi Sharma.
I mean, she did show Maraguinot that she was ready, but her timing wasn't there.
Now serving for Chery Tiggo, Ea Laure.
Now Ea will be serving 7-5. Laure has 13 points to her name. 1 service ace so far. Ball received by Nisperos. Back set to Dindin. Ooh! Bit of a miscue there between EJ Laure and Jen Yerva.
Well, it's really hard to get balls that get deflected by the blockers because it really changes the direction.
Here's the deflection by Zakarandang. Fifi Sharma to try to tie the ball game up here in set 4. Ball is in. EJ with the receive. Za with the push. And here comes Faith Nisperos. That's out. Was there a check though?
Ball out.
Looks like they will challenge this.
Well, from our vantage point, it didn't look like it. You, what do you think?
I only saw the reaction of Faith Nisperos, who looked really convinced.
You cannot look at the reaction.
All right, so we're about to find out.
But, you know, she's trying to, when you block her, she does something different. Right now it's working. Huh?
Let's see. Ooh, there was.
Ooh!
That's why. Oh, no, actually, Faith Nisperos was right. So her reaction was right as well.
No, it's good that you were looking at her reaction.
7-all.
It's 7-all. Here in set number 4. The biggest lead was 4 by Chery Tiggo in this set.
So let's go back to us not having 20/20 vision.
Kailangan natin ng goggles.
Oh.
Nabor to the open. Robles going down the line. But the ball sailed out.
Lead now goes to Akari, 8-7.
Right, the lead. Yeah, now with Akari. And you don't want to see these errors from Chery. They started out really strong here in set number 4. Robles has been on fire, so you don't want to see her. I want to go down the line or change things up and then miss hit.
It's now a 6-1 run for the Akari Chargers. Robles rejected. Yerva going now to Zakarandang. That was low.
Attack error.
Looks like Chery won't challenge anymore.
Yeah, it looked pretty low. Yeah, lower than the tape. So even Coach Aaron was saying, no, let's not challenge that.
I thought Zakarandang was maybe hoping for a touch on the ball as it rolled onto the net.
Like when we say that chances are, but this looked kind of lower than normal.
Talaga.
Lower than normal.
9-7. It's been a while since we have been seeing Fifi Sharma at the service line. That goes outside. Laure knew about it.
Boy, what a hit from the back row from Ea Laure.
So we're back to seeing her ferocious face. The game face of Ea Laure. Because we do know a lot of attackers no, na game face sila, but when they score, nakangiti. Ito hindi. Kahit nakascore.
Business is business.
Zakarandang Met at the net again. This time it's EJ. Ball up by Hazareno. The setup to the open. Nisperos straight to Nierva. Nabor open on the other end. And that's a point for EJ Laure.
EJ Laure.
Yeah, successful going down the line. Now we are tied once again.
Anchors away, Noreen. Anchors away. Nice hit by EJ Laure. She's up to 12 points now in this game. That's her first point in this set. Ces Robles, on the other hand, has 10 off the bench for Coach Aaron. Tough set by Jaja. Ces was there. Ea sets up her ate. Ball kept alive by Akari. Jaja back to Faye.
Whoa, what a
dig by Chen Nierva. Here's EJ, that's close to the net. Bit of a scramble here. Esperos sends it through. Nabor looks and sets. Sakarandang! That's outside.
Ball out.
Everything but the shot, right? But the spike.
Yeah.
A great set. I mean, Sakarandang was just a little wrist action.
Serving for Akari, Jaja Maraginot.
So the lead is back with Jaja Maraginot and company. 10 serving 9 in set number 4. Straight to Nierva. Nabor with a 1-2. Great recovery by Akari. Santiago Manabat. Yes, ma'am.
Santiago Manabat.
So they've been going a lot, really, in this match, more than I've seen like in the past matches. That little place that I got to catch. And she has been delivering, right? She has been responding.
She sent that ball in the middle of the blockers and the floor defense as well of Chery Tiggo. 11 serving 9 with the help of the net. That's the service ace.
And again, this is, like we said, this is the rotation that Akari really wants to milk.
Biggest lead now for Akari at 3 points in the set. Their biggest lead in this match was 5 that they had in sets 1 and 3. Jaja Maraginot. Ball received by Jen Nierva. Nabor goes to EJ Laure. That's an error.
Oh, these errors hurting Chery at this point.
It's now a 4-point advantage for Akari. Chargers are closing in. We're back inside the Inares Center on the mountain of Antipolo, Rizal for Chery Tiggo versus Akari. And Coach Jorge's team is looking good now in set number 4. They're up 2 sets to 1 and they're also up in this set 13 to 9. So much like the previous sets, we saw a good start from Chery Tiggo, but a comeback for Akari.
And you sense that, you know, towards that technical timeout, the errors. You know, they're playing tentative. Not the way we saw how they started. Robles is just hitting, swinging away, you know. Ea Laure. Towards the 13 mark of Akari, we saw errors. They were very tentative, not solid hits. So they just have to forget about that and you know, refocus on this set.
Well, this is the biggest lead so far in this set for Akari, but this is still a very manageable lead for Chery Tiggo. As now Jaja Maraginot will serve again. Maraginot taking her time. And she sends it through. Straight to Nierva. The ball goes to EJ, who puts that ball straight to a point.
That was so smart. I mean, you had Manabat in front of you, obviously taller. She used the hand of Manabat to her advantage and wiped it off towards the antenna. Look at that. You see?
Yeah. Just a gentle touch on the ball. The deficit is 3. Faith Nisperos will score off of the 2 blockers.
Solid game for Faith Nisperos.
She has 15 points to her name off of 11 attacks and 4 blocks.
So where are we at on the matchup?
Of Faith versus Aya, no? Faith is actually the second leading scorer in the game behind Dindin over Aya's 14. But we have been seeing more of Ces Robles, to your point here in set number 4.
I mean, we like saying, you know, who's going to score more, but you're happier actually if you're a fan when you see different contributions.
Imagine if Chery could actually have a 3-headed monster in terms of scorers with the Laura sisters and Ces Robles.
Yeah.
Those 3 are in double figures in this game as Aya goes down the line.
Here come Chery Tiggo.
Long way to go, folks.
Yes. Just a 2-point.
Aya Laure challenging the defense of Justine Hazareno. To no avail for Justine. 12 serving 14 in set number 4. That's Jasmine Nabor who sends it through. Raagas, nice approach.
Erica Raagas.
And how about Erica Raagas coming alive off the bench?
Right? That's why we said we like the way, the fact that Coach De Brito left her there. These are silent points for Raagas, but important ones.
6 points in sets 3 and 4 for Erica Raagas. Madrigal serves outside. Nierva knew about it.
They're going to challenge.
Interesting.
That's close. Huh? I don't want to say because I know I've admitted that I don't have 20/20 vision. So
well, let's see if Jen Nierva has 20/20 vision with this challenge.
See, I'm copying you. I'm looking at the reaction of the coaching staff. If they're naghihinayang or something.
Yeah.
Poker face.
But usually you have to catch their initial reactions. Because after some time, they get to control their emotions and their facial expressions. Let's see.
And I'm looking at, because Chery's right beside us, I'm looking at Coach Kung Fu sporting a new look. The goatee.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. Hindi ko pa siya niloloko.
I don't even want to go there.
Out.
Ooh, that was close.
In.
That's in?
In. You see the yellow part, it flattened on the line there.
Wow, that is so close. And so, it's a service ace, right?
It is. It is.
Boy, how can you actually see that?
It was really close.
Yeah.
It was close. So, the challenge on the side of Akari. But if you're Chery, just let it go. It's done. That's why I was looking at the reaction of the coaches. And they were happy that it was called out. When the challenge came, I was waiting for them to react.
Medyo nag-alangan na sila bigla.
No reaction.
16 serving 12. Combination! Aya Laure with all the swag in the world.
Yeah, you know, they really need that from Aya Laure right now. They're just down by 3. They're in this match, in this set.
Now serving EJ Laure.
13 serving 16. It's EJ Laure's turn. She has 1 service ace so far in this game. That goes to Faith. Bit of an over-receive, but still a great effort by Jaja Maraginot and PP Sharma.
You know, when you see these setters, you know, save the ball, they look like overpasses, but they make the ball playable. It's becoming a norm. You know, before it's like, wow, such a good setter. Now, everyone's doing it, right?
And is there an argument as to those kinds of plays being harder for the shorter setters? Hindi naman.
Technically, but you know, in practice, you really work on your timing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thea Laure down the line. It's outside. And now Coach Aaron has to call for a challenge. There's the look by Coach
Chery Tiggo for ball in, ball out.
Now, to your point about reactions, we did see the reaction of Coach Jorge on the other end. He was jumping up and down after the initial outside call.
So
the
for him,
question
it's
is,
out.
yeah, or was it also a happy reaction for him that it was called out?
Yeah,
We can never know.
that's true.
But boy, this should be a crucial point as the ball is definitely out.
You think?
So Coach Jorge was jumping up and down because of joy, obviously,
Chery Tiggo still has
as the ball was definitely out.
But again, if we saw that it was really out, obviously they're looking for a timeout. You know,
That's right.
Yeah. Good serve.
Tough effort by Chery Tiggo. A chance now for Akari. Maraguinot back sets to Dindin. Ball up by Jasmine Nabor. Nierva goes to Ea. Ball returned. Nabor to the other side. Sis Robles.
See, that's how she started this set, and that's how she wants to end it. Just swing away, Princess Robles.
That's 5 points now out of her 11 total in this set.
And she's really impressed me, at least, and I'm sure a lot of fans coming off the bench, and you know, she kept her position.
14 serving 18. Risky serve there. Raagas, ball deflected. Tough chase by EJ.
Good save.
Jaja to the pipe.
Oh.
That's a point for Akari's Faith Nisperos.
Right in between two players, right?
The effort was there, but just not enough for Aimee Hernandez and EJ Laure. Now we have a timeout for Coach Aaron Velez.
Nag-agawan. Walang natin yung aggressiveness natin. Pag atake, aggressive. Kailangan natin sa block. Ilan yung tao ngayon? Nandun na po sa likod. Setter, nandito. Palas natin. Saan ang pasa? Okay? Malayo yan ha. Basta sigurado tayo sa gagawin natin. Hindi pwede tayong alanganin ha. Hindi natin sila. Ready?
Let's see if we can have a big-time run coming from the side of Chery Tiggo after that timeout. Down by 5 points. And this is the biggest lead in this set for the Akari Chargers.
Serving for Akari, Erica Raagas.
It's the spark plug off the bench, Erica Raagas, who will be serving now for the black shirts. 6 points, 4 attacks, 1 block, 1 ace for Erica Raagas. Jasmine chases. Back to Ses. Now she's ready.
Block board for Akari.
I think she realized that I was targeting Sharma. You wanna, but yeah, again, she wasn't very successful going down the line. So let's look at that. Yeah, Sharma.
That's the first block point of Fifi Sharma in this game. She entered this matchup with 7 block points. Ea Laure off speed works.
Ea Laure.
Just touched the hand there, and that made all the difference. You see the fight in her still, you know. Ea Laure.
17 points now for Ea Laure in this
Serving
game.
for the crossovers.
She has 5 in this set. Well, she needs to do 5 more to at least tie this ball game.
Yeah, if they want to chase, now is a good time. You don't want to be chasing at 22, 23.
Ball received by Faith. There's the quick attack, and it works for Fifi Sharma. Your bold claim. She's very much
We ain't done
alive.
yet. Remember the swing.
There's Carlos Sharma,
Now serving for Akari,
former PVL player, former UAAP player with DLSU as well. The father of Fifi Sharma. Now Shaya Adorador has returned alongside Joymi Kagande.
21, serving
Well,
15.
they won a full front row, obviously. And Kagande, even though she played sparingly, she played pretty good. So they need some magic from her.
21 serving 15. Biggest lead in set number 4. Kagande will set up Shaya. Ball kept alive. Karandang to Joymi. To Ses. Cross. That's the point.
Oh, they call it in, yeah.
That was a cut shot, no?
Yeah.
From Ses Robles. Very tight angle.
16, serving 21. Serving, Ses Robles.
Ses Robles scored 6 points in the first 3 sets. She doubled that output here in set number 4. Ball received by Hazareno.
Yeah,
Here's Dindin again.
And then for me, you're talking about Ses Robles. She's been doing it also in defense.
Not that time around. No more chase for Chery Tiggo. Akari's up to 22 points now.
22, serving
Well,
16.
we always say it ain't over till it's over.
Yes.
Now serving, Jaja.
Jaja Maraginot. With 17 excellent sets to her name. 22 serving 16. Jaja sends it through. Nierva for the receive. There's Zakarandang. Recovery for Akari. Chance now for Chery Tiggo. Kagande to the quick.
Oh,
Tough defense by Bang Pineda. Here's Dindin, the other veteran. Unfortunately, her attack went outside.
she tried to go for a placement hit. She's going cross-court. Just too much power there.
The lead is 5.
Serving for the crossovers,
Zakarandang now serves. Aimee Hernandez back in for Jen Nierva. Received by Raagas. Dindin.
What a dig.
Great job by Joymi. Here's Shaya. Tough approach. She still scores.
It's just a 4-point lead.
Let's see if Chery Tiggo can actually pull this off.
Yeah.
18, serving 22.
This is off of their substitutions. Now with the serve again.
Overpass!
Over receive leads to that early Christmas gift for EJ Laure. And now Coach Jorge calls for time. They're up by 3.
You don't need it big spiker here, good spiker there. If it's big, you can go. Here, hey, they're not giving perfect pass right now. Okay, you be inside 3 meters, and you still have the quick because you know how to do. Go. Okay. GG. 6 and 1. 6 and 1. Play the same. You guys don't block you. Okay.
I like that gesture from Coach Jorge. Bit of a point in saying 6 and 1.
6 and 1.
Which means
Target zone 6 and zone 1.
19 serving 22. Here in set number 4, can Chery Tiggo pull off a comeback? They still have an immaculate record in terms of their standing, 2-0 so far. Joymi, tough set. A chance now for Akari. Back set to Faith.
Whoa!
Nice rejection.
Still
Ball kept
alive.
alive.
Wow!
Kagande to the quick again.
Oh!
What a dig by Hazareno. It's all worth it. That's a point for Dindin Santiago Manabat.
Total team effort. Yeah, at that point, really, they deserved it. They worked hard. They kept the ball in play, and Santiago Manabat just puts an end to that.
Justin Hazareno just all over the floor.
Look at that!
What a dive. They actually practiced that during their training sessions as Dindin just scored her 20th point in this game.
And Manabat really bailing them out. That was a crucial point.
Akari's 2 points away from their second victory in this conference. Here's Shaya against 2 blockers. That's a point for Shaya.
Boy, coming off the bench, these are two key points for Shaya Dorador.
Dorador and
Chery Tiggo. Entering the game, number 2, Jasmine
Kagande will be replaced by A. Laure and Jasmine Abor. Great effort by both Shaya and Joymi, who has been playing with a knee injury. Pauline Gaston is also back in the game.
23, now serving Jasmine Abor.
Jasmine serving. They're down by 3 points. Tough receive, tough chase on the set. Oh, a smart play.
Just using her smarts there.
Is it similar to what, as we get to see, the digs and...
Number 10, Madrigal out.
sorry, the excellent digs and attempts, no?
Yeah.
Justin Hazareno, 9 out of 18,
Akari is now at
50%.
match point. Serving for the match, Michelle Ka.
I was about to bring up the fact that Dindin was caught by EJ Laure with almost the same play. Bit of a swipe a couple of sequences ago. Michelle Cobb with the serve. 4 match points for Akari. Almost a block point to end it all.
Good save.
Chance now. Dindin. Jaja to the open. The spark plug off the bench, Erica Raagas, scoring her 7th point and the 25th in set number 4. What a victory for Akari.
What a victory. They came from behind. You know, they grabbed the lead. They were challenged once again by Chery, but they were able to keep that lead and win this match.
Akari trailed by as many as 5 in set 1. As many as 3 in set 3 and as many as 4 in set 4. But they were victors in all.
First of all, Dindin, congratulations. You know, Chery Tiggo coming into this game, di pa sila natatalo ng set. They won 6 straight sets. Pero para sa'yo, paano nyo ipanalo yung larong ito?
Siguro nagkaroon kami ng pagkakataon pag-aralan sila one by one. And alam namin na yun na nga, nag-aaral din sila sa amin. Pero siguro mas nanaig lang yung gusto naming manalo. And yun.
Sa set 3 and set 4 din medyo humabol sila. Pero nakita natin, compose lang kayo, relax lang kayo, nag-i-enjoy lang kayo. Ano sinabi ng mga coaches at veterans para maparelax kayo?
Sinabi nila na patience lang, tiyaga, and bawal kami manggigil. And yun nga, nangyari na compose lang kami, and sa amin, gusto naming manalo talaga. And yun, lumabas lahat ng kagustuhan ng teammates ko na manalo. So nagkaroon kami ng communication, ng teamwork, and syempre, yung bawat isa is parang gustong manalo. Yun.
Din, may gusto ko bang batiin sa mga sumusuporta sa'yo?
Syempre, nagpapasalamat po ako sa boss namin, Sir Chris and family. sa sister company namin, NextLed. And syempre sa mga managers namin, Sir Russell, Tita Mosey, and sa mga family ng teammates ko, nagpapasalamat po ako. At sa walang sawa sumusuporta sa Akari Chargers, maraming salamat po. And pahabol po sa family ko sa Cavite, sa Isabela, and sa asawa ko and sa anak ko na nanonood ngayon.
And there you have it, Dindin Santiago Manabat, our best player of the game. Mix and Noreen.
Thank you, Jaime. I tell you guys, it wasn't hard for Noreen Go selecting the best player of the game. Dindin truly deserved it.
Yeah, I mean, we joked about it. It was a no-brainer because, you know, the way she led this team, you know, she took charge. She got more sets, yes, but she delivered. That's what's important. Some numbers, attacks was Chery Tiggo's advantage, but boy, blocking. Wow. You know, everything else you can forget. It's the blocking. They use their advantage on about Akari, which is their height, their timing, and they're blocking their defense, and that spelled the difference, especially because it was a catch-up. You know, it's a game of catch-ups, and, you know, Akari just prevailed over Chery.
Now, we talked about the tall front line for Akari in this season. Should we give credit to Jaja Marginot as well for her overall effectiveness, not only with her setting, but her defense as well?
For sure. And if we could have two best players, she'd be one of them.
Now, on Thursday, the PVL will continue here in Antipolo City for Creamline versus Jerv Floor. And then Akari will be in action again versus the Farm Fresh Foxies. And in the last game, the Choco Mucho Flying Titans will be going up against the Signal HD Spikers. And so we wrap this day of the PVL with 10 sets played in total. 4 sets to decide it all for Akari.